How's it going, everyone? I'm Landan with LMR.com. Today's video, we're going to be talking about some simple tech info where we'll show you the steps that you need to take to adjust your brake booster pushrod. All right, so recently we installed a 93 Cobra style brake booster into our 93 silver hatchback, which does have our SVE SN95 Cobra style 5-lug conversion. Now, I'm not gonna go into great detail of that particular kit, but if you are interested, check out the video in the description where we explain the kit in its entirety, and of course install one of those kits into a Fox Mustang. Upgrading the brake booster has led us to this video. Anytime you install a new master cylinder or a new brake booster, it is required that you verify and adjust the brake booster pushrod length. Not doing this will result in either dragging brakes or a low pedal, both of which can be very dangerous. In this video, we're going to explain the very simple steps that you need to take to ensure the brake booster pushrod is properly adjusted. Now, you can purchase a specific tool for this if you want to have it in your arsenal, or you can use what you have laying around the shop. Other than the obvious tools to work on vehicles, you will need a few specialty tools to do this, which include a digital or dial caliper, a small straight edge, and a set of small wrenches. Now, I know a vernier caliper can seem rather simple, but you will need to understand how one of these calipers work in order to obtain some of these measurements. To ensure we are clear and concise, we are going to be showing these steps on the workbench. To begin, we first need to measure the pushrod bore depth of the master cylinder and write this down. This measurement will be from the bottom of the radius in the pushrod bore to the back face of the mounting flange on the master cylinder. Insert a tool that will fit inside of the bore and is small enough to reach the lowest point in the bore. Next, use a small straight edge and position it across the mounting flange of the master cylinder. Using a marker, place a mark where the straight edge intersects with the depth checking tool. Remove the depth checking tool and measure the distance using a digital or dial caliper. You'll use the lower jaw section on the caliper for this measurement. Write down this number and call it something you can reference. For example, I'm calling this M1 for measurement 1. Now we can go ahead and measure the distance from the back of the master cylinder to the back face of the mounting flange. Use the depth rod section of the caliper to obtain this measurement. Write down this number. I'm calling this M2 for measurement 2. Go ahead and subtract M2 from M1 and write this down as M3. In order to prevent accidental preload of the master cylinder, subtract another 5 to 10 thousandths from M3. This will be the final number. Go ahead and measure the distance that the pushrod protrudes from the master cylinder mating surface on the brake booster to the tip of the pushrod. Use the upper jaw section on the caliper to measure this distance. Depending on the components and how the pushrod is set from the factory will dictate whether or not you have to lengthen or shorten the pushrod. Whatever is required, hold the flats on the shaft with a suitable small wrench. Loosen the jam nut using the correct size wrench and then turn the pushrod adjusting screw in or out to the desired length. Go ahead and check the length again. Whenever this is good, place a mark on the tip for reference just in case you accidentally rotate a little. You'll know where the orientation was. Run the jam nut down against the shaft and then snug it down. This doesn't have to be crazy tight. Once that is complete, you can continue with what you're doing and you're good to go. All right, folks. That's it. This process is definitely a lot easier than what people make it out to be. The hardest part of this is no doubt about it, installing these two components right here into the vehicle. Which, by the way, if you own a Fox Mustang and would like to see the process of installing a 93 Cobra booster, check out the link in the video description. That's going to wrap things up here, guys. As always, for the most up-to-date information on anything you saw in the video, please reference the video description or LMR.com. If you appreciate and value our tech videos, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more content and turn on notifications. That way you're notified every time we release something new. Until next time, for all things 79 to present Mustang and SVT Lightning, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, LMR.com.